Well, hello all you wonderful people out there in YouTube land, and welcome to the Texas Special YouTube channel. In this in-scale locomotive product review, we're going to be taking a look at this DC-only Kato Santa Fe number 300 F7A. Now, this is, as I said, this is a DC locomotive, and it is in its standard Kato packaging. So, to open this up, just like the Southern Pacific E-unit I reviewed last year, you just lift the lid off the box, which this one, for whatever reason, has a really snug fit. Virtually no chance of accidentally dropping this if you grab it only by the lid. Pull that out. Now, normally there's supposed to be some bubble wrap over this to help protect the engine further, but whatever, secondhand locomotive. First thing that comes to mind is the paint job, and wow, I am not a Santa Fe fan, to truly speak of. If you've been watching the channel for a while, then you know that my heart, Southern Pacific is very near and dear to my heart. Union Pacific is a close second, mostly because that's what I grew up with. I respect Santa Fe. I respect, their heritage and everything, what it means to the railroad history and the rail fan culture and whatnot. The war bonnet is definitely a paint scheme that deserves respect, but it doesn't truly make my heart skip a beat. Now, however, this model is very nicely done. There is very crisp and very clear separation between the black pinstriping and the yellow pinstriping and the silver of the war bonnet paint scheme. Yes, I know it's supposed to be chrome, but this is not chrome, this is silver. And the yellow and the red, very clear separation, and the little bit of the cigar band type logo wrapped around the nose there that you can see while it's in the packaging. That's also nicely done too. The trucks look outstanding level of detail, everything you would expect from a Kato locomotive. You've got the three little slats or slots here between the skirting on the fuel tank and the locomotive body. You've got the chrome little accents here on the ladder up to the cab. The doors are cast onto the locomotive body. The grill along the top side of the locomotive is also cast onto the locomotive. And you've got good window glazing in all the cab windows. This locomotive does feature 8-wheel electrical pickup and traction. We remove the engine, simple as that. It's free of the box. You can see up top, you got the two alternately facing single chime air horns, which are done in a red plastic that does not quite match the red of the war bonnet. If we look at the nose of the locomotive here, and I apologize for the camera quality, this is about the best I can do. You see that cigar band type logo along the front of the engine. Rather nicely done. I don't know how well you folks can see it because my camera is kind of stupid sometimes, but there is in fact very nice and clear separation between the black pinstriping, the yellow and the red. Everything is done. It looks sharp. It looks crisp. It looks clean. You've got the appropriate headlight and signal light array. Again, the glazing on the cab windows, and you even have the number 300 here on the number boards of the locomotive, which actually this number board is missing. I'm just now noticing that. Either way, this number board is still there. It looks great. The silver pilot, which compare and contrast this to that lifelike F7 that I reviewed earlier this year, and you can see a major difference. That lifelike engine, you had a huge chunk of this pilot was gone, and that was intentional so that the locomotive's coupler mounted or truck mounted couplers could navigate tight train set type curves. You even have the little step here, the little notch out, I guess you could call it, right here in the corner of the pilot on both sides. Looking at the roof of the engine, you can see the appropriate cooling fan array, the appropriate arrangement of the smokes, the exhaust stacks, steam generator stack here, and loads of rivet detailing along each of the roof panels. Looking at the rear of the engine, you have the appropriate little ridges here, a diaphragm cast onto the rear of the locomotive, a cast on door with door latch, and the little Kato knuckle couplers, which those actually might be easy mates, or not easy mates, AccuMate couplers. Box doesn't say. Either way, they are knuckle couplers. They're not those god-awful horn hooks. And you can see there the gears on all 4 axles indicating 8-wheel drive and 8-wheel electrical pickup. I'm expecting this to be a smooth running locomotive. I ran it briefly at the house on a test loop, and I'm about to fire it up for the first time on one of the club railroads. So we're going to throw this on the Tait Proving Grounds, and hopefully it does its thing. All right, so before I actually connect this thing to a train and run it around, I want to test and see just how smooth it is on this layout. There we're creeping at about 10% throttle on a little Bachmann train set transformer. Nice and smooth, nice and quiet. No real hiccups to speak of. And you got smooth, rather quiet operation going in reverse as well. So I'm going to back this thing up all the way around the railroad and couple up to this freight train that I have standing on the main, and we'll see how this guy does on the Tait Proving Grounds. This is a heavy little engine. It's not quite as heavy as that F unit, that lifelike F unit was, but it does have a fair amount of heft to it in contrast with the Bachmann steam locomotives that I've reviewed so far this year. And let's see what it does.